कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधो, कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधो, अरे कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधो, कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधो। साहब मिले सबूरी में, अरे साहब मिले सबूरी में, मन लागो यार फकीरी में, मन लागो।
There was a book about Zen Buddhism. Why did you put it on the table? Because as far as I experienced, in the spiritual way, it tends to be more direct and tries to get rid of all rules for the mind, all rules for mind, so no rules for mind, for behavior, just to be aware of your own consciousness. To get rid of the rules is one of the aspects. So Zen Buddhism is actually a way which misleads from the direct path, in my opinion. But nevertheless, there was a book.
No, but Zen never imposes any rules, does it? Is that your impression?
Yeah.
That Zen imposes rules? What kind of rules?
Rules of way of living, of thinking. It's not?
Zen is the simplest, purest, most direct way of living. Almost living like a plant, living like the wind and the stones and the animals. So that could be said about many other traditional practices, but not at all about Zen. So if you go to a Zen practitioner and ask what rules do you follow, he'll have very few rules to tell. Maybe he'll say when I sit down for meditation I face the wall, or if he has picked up a few practices from here and there, he'll talk about them, but nothing very elaborate. From where did you pick this idea that Zen involves a bundle of rules? Have you met a practitioner?
No, I just went through the book.
Which
and,
book?
The green one.
Just bring it here.
Actually, it's said living by Zen, which has to mean there has to be a special way, a delicate way to.
In fact, the way of Zen is called a non-way, which means that we all are already accustomed to living in certain ways, and Zen means that we realize why certain ways attract us. First of all, we see that what we think of as the natural flow of life is in fact a cultivated way. Usually what we call as our natural self is not at all natural. It is borrowed, conditioned, artificial. Zen is about seeing that. And once you have seen that, then very honestly you admit it and you move on. That's Zen.
Okay.
You see that you have been carrying a baggage, a load. You bow down to the fact, you acknowledge it, and then without trying for correction, you move on. That's Zen.
Okay.
That's Zen.
Well, what is the way to come to that point? Which is the
Honest observation. Honest observation, which is in any case happening. Observation is in any case happening. So then it all boils down to the word honesty. Zen is all about an inner honesty.
Okay.
Certain disciplines are there, but they are not very elaborate disciplines. In fact, they are also quite practical. Certain teachers build one particular method and promote it. others raise other methods and advocate them, but the essence of Zen is far beyond methods. In fact, Zen is the final flowering of all religious ascension. Religion or spirituality keeps rising and rising, and its final flowering is the silence of Zen. Zen is what the Upanishads aimed at, the Buddha hinted at. From all of that, what you finally get is Zen. If by any chance you have come across a form of Zen that is very ritual oriented or practice centric, then you can reject that as not being Zen.
Okay. Yeah.
Then you can simply say that the practitioner does not know Zen and is misinterpreting it.
Oh.
Zen is as simple as this. This is Zen. This is Zen.
Okay.